How do, and welcome to this early defense tactic video that is hopefully going to help you in the early days of your colonies. The last thing you want to do is end up getting overrun and as a result getting your colony destroyed and having to start all over again. Then again, you could always use the old reliable. Now in this guide I'm actually using a losing is fun random start, and I'm also using the tribal characters we prepared carefully. Just gives a bit of a head start, you know, with some overpowered traits. Overpowered traits, you say? I have to save that for another video. So I'll quickly just go over a couple of helpful little tips that I think are a little bit overpowered in the early game to help you survive when the odds look stacked against you. Now the first thing I would advise is, if there's any animals in the vicinity, such as megasloths, there's a chance that they will go manhunted, and if you can get them just to cause a little bit of damage and slow them down somewhat and give them, give your guys a head start in defeating them, then that'd be absolutely smashing. If you're able to try to get the enemies to traverse across marsh or any terrain like this where there's going to be no cover whatsoever, that means you've got the best chance of hitting shots while they're running towards you. Then what you're going to want to have is like a wall in front of your main entrance. Generally speaking, on this case, there's no shooters, but if there is, they won't be able to shoot through, and automatically they'll head to walk through the door, and it resulting in coming into your brawlers, and you have a little defensive setup, as you can see here. And because of the setup we've got here, it'll only be one person attacking at a time. Obviously, you have your shooters, and don't forget, of course, you need to be no more than 4 cells away from your brawlers. Now, you will take some damage. That is pretty much a given in this situation. We've got bows and arrows, clubs and knives, for God's sake. But this is the most likely scenario you're going to survive when you've got, like, I don't know, 10 against 4 or 5 or something like that. This, for me, is a surefire starting defense until it gets a little bit more difficult. Now, if you're able to, you want to try and get hold of a psychic insanity lance, whether that be raiding ancient danger and you get lucky from there, or you maybe get lucky with some drop pods that you're able to sell the items you get to give you enough money, or you might even start with enough money to get yourself one from a trader. Now, these are invaluable, as you will see, because, and this even counts in the later stages when you're up against people in cataract armour. You want to target the person with the armour. Like in this case, we're targeting the person with the steel plating armour. And what will happen is they will beeline towards him with the other enemies. And if you're lucky, you can kill 1 or 2 of them, which in this case we do actually kill 2 of them, including the guy that was psychically shot lance. But also, 2 of them break away from the rest of the group, which means it's pretty straightforward. We can take them down and then actually give us a chance to patch ourselves up. Obviously, we're still using a defense mechanism where we let them come into our building in a little brawler setup, so we only have to deal with 1 at a time. Obviously, if they've got people with guns, they will be able to shoot from the edge of the wall if they're smart enough, which obviously we do need to be targeting them as soon as we can. Obviously, don't forget as well, you can get to the edge of your defences and fire some warning shots if you like. Hopefully, you have more success than me in this case, because we were absolutely shocking at aiming. There you see again, 1 person at a time strats. That's what you want. When it's all brawlers, you're laughing in this situation. So another method is the old reliable, in terms of, I've already said the old reliable, but I mean a different old reliable, which is using your steel traps, your spike traps, which will basically defend you. I mean, this is the best thing you could use in the early stages of a naked brutality, say. But in this case, if you know you're up against it, you're playing losing is fun, then you're going to have quite a bigger threat, basically, to deal with. So this is a solid surefire. I know you've probably seen it before, but here it is again. So as you can see, we've got a few upgrades. We've got the heavy SMGs in our hands now. Theoretically, you get further on in the game. And this is trying to show you what happens if you don't have like your maze with the door shut. You leave it wide open. And you can actually see, even if you step all the way back, you're only going to be shooting at 1 at a time sort of thing. But as you can see, it's not that effective doing it like that. So, this is why I don't leave the doors up, because a few of them get through at the same time. And all of a sudden, they're swarming you. So it's quite dangerous. We do get lucky in this situation. You can't rely on luck all the time. So this is what you should do. You should get the doors shut, so they have to weave in and out. And the idea is with the barricades, it's supposed to make them filter them through 1 at a time. And they come through, they get shot in the face a few times. Got a little bit unlucky there with the cooldown there. But overall, we only had 1 person attack at the same time. Again, it might be better to push up more closer to the door entrance. But it is what it is. And then lastly, the best that you could do, if you've got heavy SMGs, is to stand in the marsh, max distance away so you hit them all the time. And who knows, you might get lucky and actually shoot more. Just beware that you might have to drop back through your doors, which you'll see that in this video I actually forgot to open the doors for us. So I'll go through there just to open all the doors and then shoot them again afterwards. And remember to aim for the guys as well that come close to you. As you can see, it was a success. But these are not guns that are, you know, obviously it's going to be a long time in the research tech tree. But once you get there and you can get a few heavy SMGs for like 3 or 4 people, then you are going to be, you're going to find it a lot easier to defend, especially against tribals. But hopefully this has helped you in any way, shape or form. If it has, go ahead and let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to see any more videos like this, any more tutorials or stuff like that, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, of course, to hit that notification bell. And yeah, don't forget as well, we do stream. At the minute, we're trying to do 2 days guaranteed, which is generally Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm a football fan. I'm a Leeds United fan, which if Leeds do play midweek, I will tend to swap that day with the Thursday. So if they're playing on a Wednesday, I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.